Okay, oh my goodness. Is it that time already? You're here. Hey, welcome, Father Foley from St. Timothy's and St. Bartholomew's. Um, it's an extraordinary set of readings that we have this particular Sunday. And it reminds me of just two quotes from very different people. One, St. Ignatius of Antioch. He's one of those early saints of the church who, along with a man known as St. Polycarp, we believe actually knew St. John the Evangelist, knew the apostles. And he lived an extraordinary life. He was a martyr. He was taken to Rome from where he lived in Syria and was put to death in Rome. But along the way, he would encounter people and write to different Christian communities. And among the things that he wrote was the following, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, "It is important for us not to just be a Christian in name, but a Christian in deed." Today we might say, not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. Now he was an early saint, probably put to death somewhere around 108 AD. Now, a very different man was a Roman emperor, brilliant, considered the philosopher emperor Marcus Aurelius. He was no friend of Christians, but he picked up on a very similar theme. And this is what he wrote. "Spend no time arguing about what a good man should be. Just be one." Now, I introduce today's session with those two quotes because we have a beautiful passage from the first book of Kings where the young King Solomon is offered by God, well, a special gift, a special blessing. What do you want? How can I aid you? And Solomon doesn't ask for power or riches or that I may kill my enemies. He asks for wisdom and an understanding heart, that he may properly judge and therefore lead his people, distinguishing right from wrong. Now that's something all of us should desire. Wisdom, true wisdom, and an understanding heart. It's something that we pray for at the very beginning of Mass this weekend, the opening prayer, the Collect. "O God, protector of those who hope in you, without whom nothing has firm foundation, nothing is holy. Bestow in abundance your mercy upon us and grant that with you as our ruler and guide, we may use the good things that pass in such a way as to hold fast even now to those that endure forever." There's real wisdom there. And like Solomon, we are asking the Lord to bestow wisdom upon us. That with God as our ruler and guide, God as our source of law, our inspiration and our strength to live the life God has given us in a godly way, that we might use the things of this world, the things that pass, in such a way that we're taking hold of things that last forever. And that leads us into the gospel passage from, again, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13. And Jesus is again using parables to teach the people about the kingdom of heaven. And he says, "It is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds, buries it again, and then sells everything to possess that field and that treasure." Or it is like the merchant who is looking for that extraordinarily valuable pearl, the pearl of great price. And once he finds it, he sells everything to possess it. See, it's that concept of wisdom, of understanding what truly matters. What is the lasting treasure? What is the gem or the pearl of great price that we should focus our energies on possessing? The danger in our world today, and there are many dangers, is that too often we are seduced by false treasures. We think that we're going to possess a diamond, but it's not a diamond at all. It's just a glittering piece of glass of no real lasting value. That's what leads people into addiction. That's what leads people to pursue things that, though they end up possessing maybe even riches in this world, they lose the things that truly matter. They lose their integrity. They lose their family. They lose their friends. And sometimes they lose their health and their life. And they end up not finding satisfaction here, nor the gifts and the treasures of heaven. So we should pray for wisdom. But again, I return to this Sunday's collect. God is our protector for those who hope in him, and without him, nothing has a firm foundation. Nothing is holy. Nothing is lasting. Bestow in abundance your mercy upon us. And that Hebrew word for mercy is hesed. It's not just forgiveness, but it is God's faithful, abundant love. It is God who has made a covenant, a commitment to us. And we're asking God to renew it, strengthen it, lift us up, transform us by his power and presence in our life so that we may have a firm foundation and that we may have the wisdom to pursue what truly matters. Truly matters. Friendships that are based on integrity. A family that is based on fidelity, love, forgiveness, generosity. A life that is well lived because we have been guided by Christ and the gospel to love one another as he's loved us, to do unto others as we would want them to do unto us, and to help one another, knowing that whatever we do for the least, we do for him. That's the reason our faith needs to be practiced, because that is wisdom. It builds up the strength of the soul. It is constantly reminding us that God is our protector, but also our guide. And it helps us to wisely pursue what lasts and to use the things of this world in a way that ultimately we possess the things that endure, the pearl of great price, the treasures of the kingdom. So together, join us at Mass at St. Timothy's or at St. Bartholomew's or whatever parish you're at, and let us open our minds to the wisdom of God, build a firm foundation in our life, seek out what truly lasts, the treasures of heaven, and with the wisdom that comes from God, judge and treat those around us in a godly way. God bless you. Be assured of my prayers.